we are as a people, inherently and historically, opposed to secret society, opposed to secret oaths, opposed to secret proceedings. No official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know.
All right. Welcome to Conspiracy Corner Podcast. Well, back to Conspiracy Corner Podcast. Third episode today, Easter Sunday, 2026. So, as far as the update, just woke up, took a little nap. Sammy should be getting off soon, and then when she gets home, we'll paint some eggs. If the weather's okay, it was kind of cold earlier, maybe we'll go hide them out in the yard on each other, and we usually do that a couple rounds. It's kind of fun. Then we'll make them into deviled eggs. I love deviled eggs. Yeah, and she'll get to open her little Easter basket. I filled it with a bunch of stuff. Pokemon magazine with some cards, random keychains, shit that she would like an adult, some candy. Actually, I don't know. Did I get her candy? I can't remember. Or was it all like little trinkets and shit? I don't know. Hope everyone's having a good Easter. As far as updates on the channel, I messaged a content creator, a true crime content creator. Trying to remember, what was her name? Let me pull it up real quick. I can't remember her channel name. Anyways, I've been trying to get a hold of her. I finally got a message from her through YouTube. So maybe she said she's gonna email me, or I already emailed her. So all she has to do is check her email. Maybe she'll find me through there. So I don't know. That would be the third interview that I'm trying to, in the process of setting up. There's still that video game one that I'm setting up, this true crime one, and then another blue pill podcast one with this dude that I work with. But I don't know if that one's gonna go through. He's been kind of quiet on me, and like normally he's like a real giddy guy, kind of like jokes around, laughs, but like I knew that I had proof though that it's not all in my fucking head now. He's been like real quiet around me, like won't talk to me or anything, and I try to talk to him, and I don't know what, like if he was mad though, I don't understand what he would be mad about. Like I really don't, because I haven't done anything to him, so it's confusing to me. It's strange. Like the other day, like all the guys, and he was in the group, was like standing around talking, and I went over there to like get something, and as soon as I walked over there, he like walked away. I'm like, this is weird, man. I don't know. But I got 3 interviews that I'm trying to set up, so who knows. That's about it as far as updates. Let's get on with the show. Okay, so last month I put up an episode, and I'm gonna make a playlist after this of strictly data centers, and because this seems to be a problem around the United States. I put up an episode. They were building a data center in Mercer County. I found like an article on it. I found it through, honestly, a YouTuber who watches TikToks and stuff. And someone made a TikTok about how their bills are skyrocketed, electric and water, and like they're gonna have to like move and figure out a place to go. And it was in my hometown where I used to live. Now I'm currently in Nicholasville. I don't mind telling you. So it's ruining people's lives is what it's doing. It's going to ruin that small town of Harrodsburg. They don't realize it, you know. But I live in Nicholasville now. And I don't mind telling you because I think if people are going to find you, they're going to find you. You know, like a stalker or whatever. It just is what it is. Luckily, I'm a smaller channel, so I don't really have to worry about that. I mean, possibly, maybe, there could be someone out there who hates my guts or something. But Nicholasville and Lexington, Kentucky are so close together that they are literally at this point like the same fucking city. Now you get those diehard Nicholasville people or those diehard Lexington people who are like, no, we're not the same city. And it's like, are you though? Like, I know like there's certain places in Nicholasville that have Lexington addresses. It's like, it's kind of weird. It's pretty much the same fucking town. So this should be the last like newspaper article, but like I said, dude, I picked up two newspapers because I felt they were important. The articles in them were something worth reading and talking about and commentary and shit. So one of the reasons I picked up this paper, Lexington, right here, Lexington ordinance silent on where data centers might go. And there's a data center, a little picture there. So we're going to get a data center in Lexington. Well, maybe multiple. It says centers, plural. Which means my bills are going to fucking skyrocket, water and electric. It's frustrating. You know, like I mentioned like 2 episodes ago, my fucking work is cutting my hours. You know, when I first started there, it was like 40 hours a week. Plus if I wanted overtime. So I got like 50 hours my first week, 40 the other 2. It's just frustrating to me because it's like, I went from like 40 hours a week to this week I'm scheduled 3 fucking days. 29 hours. Which that's not horrible, but it's still like, dude. You know, I should have 2 more shifts on here. All I want is a job with 5 days a week. That's it. It's like impossible. First of all, it's impossible to find a fucking job around here. Second off, when you do find one, no one wants to fucking work you like full time. And I didn't have this problem with Kroger before, man. It's just pissing me off, man. For one, it makes me feel like a bum. You know, my wife's out there working 40 plus hours and I'm working 3 days a week. You know, I mean, I'm thankful that they hired me back, but it's like I don't feel like a man, for one, and two, it's like I want to work. It's just annoying. So now I'm gonna do the tarot cards and figure out. Depending, I'm gonna talk to Monday, which is tomorrow. I'm gonna talk to my boss and be like, is there any way I can get some shifts this week? If I can't get shifts this week, I'm going to do the cards and see if I should just get a day job on the side and just work 2 jobs. Because this 29 hours a week is like, it's not cutting it, dude. You know? So if I have 2 part-time jobs, then, you know. But let's get into this. This concerning information. Lexington ordinances are silent on where data centers might go. Despite strong opposition from neighbors, a Louisville planning body approved a revised development plan for a 1.6 million square foot data center in West Louisville earlier this month. Louisville is the next city over from Lexington. Well, I'm trying to think. It's about an hour from here. It's not the next city over. Well, yeah, I guess it would be the next city over if you hop on the interstate. I think it's the next city over. I don't really go to Louisville much because, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry if you're from Louisville. Forgive me, but it's like the nastiest city in Kentucky. Last time we went there, we went to, there's this place called Witch's Tree, where there's this whole like paranormal, witchy, occult backstory behind it. No. Last time we went to Louisville, it might have been Witch's Brew Cafe. Anyways, one of the last times we went, it was during the Witch's Tree trip, though. Like, the neighborhood we were driving down, all the windows were boarded up with BLM spray painted on the fucking plywood. It was ghetto as fuck. Like, there's tweakers on the street and shit. I had to go pee, like, and no building will let you in because it's bad neighborhoods. Like, it felt real uneasy and real sketchy. Like, we kind of just went in, got some pictures of the place, made a little video, and, like, got the fuck out. Because it's not, Louisville's not cool, man. So, just a little back info about Louisville. The new data center proposed by developers, Poe companies, and Powerhouse Data Centers will have 7 buildings in total of land near Shiverly and West Louisville. That's gotta suck for the Louisville natives. As much as I was just trash talking them, I do feel bad for like the good people who live there. Because I know how expensive it is to live in Nicholasville, and this is like where the poor people live. Lexington's literally like 2 seconds away. Like, I can go to Lexington in like 10 minutes. That's how close it is. They're paying out the wazoo. Nicholasville pays out the wazoo, like $1,000 a month in rent plus utilities. Lexington is probably like $1,500 a month, rent and utilities. Louisville's probably like $2,000 a month. Because it's like the biggest city in Kentucky. So their bills are already insane. Now it's just going to be even more crazy. And by the way, that wasn't Shiverly, it was Shively. The city's land use regulations, which guides what type of development can go where, are vague when it comes to large-scale data server farms, which are being proposed across Kentucky and the country, as the move to artificial intelligence has spurred the need for by the way, I love how they put this, has spurred the need. No one needs artificial intelligence. I don't need artificial intelligence. Do you know how many times I've used AI? Never. You know what pisses me off a lot is when I Google search something and it automatically uses AI. Meaning it probably just wasted an entire bottle of water. Drinking water, too. Because for some reason, seawater is useless, I guess. And it just drives me nuts because it's like, I don't want AI. I want a normal Google search. But it just automatically gives you an AI answer. That's the very first top selection. I need to look and see if I can just turn that motherfucker off because I'm tired of wasting water. Because I'm a podcaster. I use this shit a lot. And by the way, it's not even accurate. Go watch that episode we did on Eric von Däniken. And I actually show you. I didn't even plan to do it. Eric von Däniken had died. I think it was like last month or the month before. And we covered it on the channel, right? There's like multiple articles of people talking about Eric von Däniken dying. And the AI overview article says, Eric von Däniken is not dead. He's still alive. No, he's not. He's dead. He was like 90 something. As much as I want Eric von Däniken to still be alive, he's dead. Here's like a billion fucking articles underneath, and mainstream articles too. Like trusted news sources saying he's dead. Like he's gone. And the AI is like, no, he's not. So it doesn't even get shit right half the time. And I'm sure you guys have seen how many times AI has been wrong. It's mind-blowing. And to think, like, if it's getting little shit like that wrong, imagine when it starts doing brain surgery on people. or when doctors are using it to diagnose patients, It's just stupid. But I love that, though. The need for hyperscale data centers. We don't need this shit. This shit is a luxury. It's not a necessity. It's not food or water. If anything, it's using all the water, man. Which is what they want. I mean, the Great Reset, what was it? The new World Economic Forum leader said that water is not a necessity. It's not a human right. It's now like a commodity. It's a currency now. It's getting bad, man. It's getting fucking bad, and it all ties in with this Great Reset. They want fucking Blade Runner dystopia. They want Terminator. Well, and it sucks because people like me who don't even want this shit. I'm not anti-AI, but at the same time, I don't want. Why do I have to pay for it when I don't want? I don't even use it. Have you guys ever seen me use AI for music? Nope. I use human beings. Have you guys seen me use AI for videos on this channel? Nope. It's just me talking. I honestly, I will never probably ever use AI. I don't see any purpose for it. For one, it looks like shit. And two, I'm not supporting it, dude. I'm not supporting my downfall, Many Kentucky cities and counties are now scrambling to update land use and zoning ordinance to address data centers as opposition and questions about data centers grow. Good. And there should be. I know I said I'm going to do boots on the ground, and I still need to. Wherever they're building this data center over in Harrodsburg, and I still plan on doing it. I'm busy. Life is busy. Now that my hours are cut, maybe I'll be able to do it, I want to go out to Harrodsburg, find out where that property is, maybe film and see if they're building it, how far along they are now, maybe do some interviews with some locals, who knows. Is there going to be some amazing documentary or something? No, it's just going to be something small, like I've done before. If you guys have ever seen my older content, I used to go and do little day trips, little boots on the ground type of stuff. And I miss doing that type of shit. Like, yes, I love podcasting, but it is fun to go out and do something. And people who listen and watch the channel, I'm sure would enjoy a little bit of switch up, a little bit of change, a little more old school style Abe, Louisville is currently updating its land use regulations to address data centers. So they're updating the regulations so that way it can fit data centers in there, which is bullshit. They did the same shit with COVID. Oh, we can't legally do this? Let's just update the rules. Hang on just a second. Oh, grabbing a cigarette. But they did the same shit with COVID, man. It's like, oh, we can't legally do this all, so we're just going to update the rules. Imagine doing that. Imagine playing a game like Monopoly, and you don't like that you can't, let's say like, what was it, like four or five houses you can have on a property. Oh, I don't like that. It's the little square at the top, if I remember correctly. Like, oh, I want my square to be bigger, so let's just change the rules. No, you can't just do that. You can't just change the rules to make it fit your agenda. I'm saying that, but they will, because the elites are cheaters, and their little satanic philosophy. Sorry. And with their little satanic philosophy, their lesser magic, they believe that if we allow them to change the rules, they will change the rules. I mean, look what they did. They're even changing the definition of words. With COVID, speak of the devil again, they changed the definition of vaccine. So vaccines are no longer what they used to be. If this episode gets banned on YouTube, you're just gonna have to hear it on Spotify, you know. Crazy, 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 because it looks like they're handing out bans again and strikes again. I'm noticing other content creators. YouTube's getting a little strict here lately. Again. Let's see. And they were doing so good too. They were doing so good. Knock on wood. I don't want any more strikes, man. I'm getting tired of this shit. I'm just trying to build a little audience here. Let's see. The Louisville data center project has moved forward under a peculiar land use, a quote-unquote telecommunications hotel, according to Louisville Public Media. I don't know what that means. Lexington's comprehensive plan, which guides development and zoning ordinances, are silent on where a data center can go. City officials said, that's never good when they're just silent about shit. City officials said, zoning ordinances codify, and defined where certain types of businesses can be located. For example, after Kentucky passed a law allowing medical marijuana use, the city updated its ordinances to include definitions for new medical marijuana businesses and where those businesses can go. So basically, in layman's terms, it sounds like they're trying to find where they're allowed to put these data centers. Hopefully far enough to where it's not jacking my fucking bills up. Is that going to happen? Doubtful, because it looks like where around the country where they're putting these data centers and other places, it's jacking up the locals' bills to the point where they can't even pay them. People are having to move. And that's what they want. You know, that's part of the Great Reset too, of like landowners and people who have owned houses their entire lives, like families, dynasties that have passed down their houses and they own it. It's their land, it's their house, like are having to move because of these data centers and shit. And the pollution too. Not even just the bills. I keep thinking the financial, but the pollution, like people with beautiful farmland and creeks and shit. The creeks are just either drying up from all the water being used or like pollution, like polluted as fuck, like killing the fish and wildlife. It's fucking horrible. These motherfuckers are destroying the planet. And I say these motherfuckers, not we, because that's one thing that drives me nuts is people who are like, we have destroyed the planet. I haven't done shit. And I had some guy in a comment section, not mine, but someone else's. I kind of got a little arguative with him of like, he was like, we've destroyed this planet. And I told him, I didn't do shit, buddy. I said, these crazy ass elites, these Illuminati psychopaths did this shit. I didn't do shit. And he's like, well, we allowed it. I'm not allowing shit. I'm fighting this shit every day. I have a channel on here bringing awareness to this shit. I didn't vote for fucking psychopath Trump, who loves apparently this data center shit. Yeah, I support like Massey and RFK and Marjorie Taylor Greene, dude. I didn't allow shit. I'm fighting this shit the best that I can. But it just, I don't like that collective we as if I did something. That and half these motherfuckers, I'm 36 years old, you know. I'm getting to the point where I have more responsibilities of fighting these lizard people. But half of these motherfuckers are like, this guy, maybe he was an older guy, like 50, 60 or something. So he thinks that I had a way to stop these people when I was like a baby in a crib, you know? Like 9/11, I was in like fucking first grade. No, that's way too early. I was in fourth grade when 9/11 happened. Elementary school. So do you think that I had any power to stop 9/11 or stop the people who did 9/11? Like, I didn't do shit, you know? Sorry, that collective we just pisses me off, though. Let's see. Ordinances. Let me find my place. See, Susan Straub, a spokeswoman for the city, said Lexington officials are not aware of any pending data center applications in Fayette County. Whew, that's good. At this time, the zoning ordinances does not define data centers in their current understanding of them, says Straub. In addition, there has been no application made to the Division of Planning for a data center, nor are we aware of any discussion about one. That's fucking awesome. So that's good. But it does sound like it's hit Louisville, so I see why people are concerned. I see why there's an article written on it. So what would happen if a data center were to apply in Fayette County? She responds, if we receive an application, we expect that it would need to be in a I-1 or I-2 zone, industrial zones, Straub said. So, like, we have an industrial park in Lexington. Pretty much every big city has an industrial park. Even smaller ones, like Harrodsburg had an industrial area. That's usually where the factories are. Like, Harrodsburg has Corning, has a Toyota plant down there. Lexington Fayette Urban County Councilwoman Liz Sheehan said she plans to propose changes to the city's zoning ordinances to define data centers and where they can be located. So, now that I know your name, you are the enemy. Next time there's voting or anything, I'm trying my best to fucking vote you out. Now, I know there's probably some black-pilled person who's gonna hit me up in the comments and be like, voting doesn't work, you fucking retard, you fucking idiot. I think it works for local elections. Maybe not on the bigger scale as far as presidency, because, I mean, we already know from Joe Biden versus Trump that they could just steal elections. And once again, before I get that comment of, they've always stole elections. Yeah, I know. But I had never seen it in action in my lifetime until then. I was too young to know anything about Bush stealing from Gore, you know? Which either way, it's two of the same devils, because if you look at Al Gore now, he's like married to a Rothschild descendant. He's a scumbag now. Like, he probably always was, you know? Let's see. But yeah, I'm glad I know her name now. I can vote her out. She sounds like a fucking idiot. So right there, she's saying exactly what I was saying. They want to change the rules now, so that way they can figure out how they can get a data center in Lexington. Because that'll save the town. No, it's going to drive out all the locals. It's going to fucking ruin everyone's lives in that local area, if not the entire city, because all their bills are going to go up. Everyone can barely afford to fucking pay rent in Lexington as it is. You know, and it's sad too. I cannot tell you how many motherfuckers I run into who have a full-time job at like a fucking factory and are still doing like DoorDash on the side just to make ends meet. It is ridiculous, dude. I have serious concerns about the negative environmental impacts associated with large data centers, Sheehan said. Yeah, it's gonna ruin the fucking... So if you're wanting to literally change it to where they can do it, that makes no fucking sense. But then you're still worried about the environment. This is the case where technology is moving faster than municipalities with regard to zoning. So proposals are coming in under outdated ordinances. So she's literally double speaking. She's talking like she wants them, but then like, I have environmental concerns. She's what is it, the god with two faces, Adis or something like that. Janus. She's like fucking the spirit of Janus resides in her, man. Concerns raised about data centers include the amount of energy and water needed to run the server farms and the potential impacts on the area residents' utility bills. Gee, you think? Sheehan pointed to the Louisville and Poe companies' data centers proposal approved under definition of a telecom communications hotel. So that's what it's technically called under the definition, as an example of an outdated and puzzling land use definition. Exactly what I said. They did the same shit during COVID. They're doing it again. So they're playing with definitions of things. It's fucking evil. Lexington is currently revamping plans for the Blue Sky industrial area located at the intersection of Interstate 75 and Richmond Road. Much of that area is zoned as industrial based on some other work regarding our industrial zones that is taking place with the Blue Sky Master Plan. I'm expecting to discuss this with in the fall, Sheehan said. Any proposed changes to the zoning ordinance would have to go to the Urban County Planning Commission for approval, a process that can take months. So it sounds like they're fucking eyeing Lexington. I don't know. It's just, it's concerning. It's moving closer and closer. I escaped it in Harrodsburg. I don't live in Louisville, but it's like, it's a matter of time before it hits here, man. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but I just wanted to let you guys know what's going on with these data centers. Like I said, if you're listening on YouTube, they have a playlist section. I'm going to make a playlist for data centers, so that way, if you want to check out that other episode, it's easier. Because I'm sure this is going to pop up more and more often as we move towards a dystopian future. Let me know, do you guys have data centers moving around your towns? Are you victim of like utilities going up? It's just, it bums me out, dude. It's like I'm not poor, knock on wood, but I'm not fucking rich either, dude. I struggle just like you guys, man. I'm worrying about a fucking lawnmower that's out. I'm getting 3 days a week at my fucking job. Like, I struggle just like you guys. I don't have fucking food stamps. I don't have, not saying you guys do either, but my car is spitting and sputtering right now. I need an oil change on it. I've needed an oil change on it for a minute, but I've been putting it off because I'm not getting fucking hours at work. Like, just dumb shit like that, dude. But yeah, just let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna make that playlist. If you're listening on Spotify, I will put in related episodes. I'll put that other data center episode in Mercer County where they're building one. I'll put that in there. Fill out the poll if you're listening on Spotify. Helps move me up the algorithm. Also, if you have a hype this video. It helps smaller content creators. Everyone gets 3 hypes per week. I personally like to save my hype points for smaller content creators. I try not to waste it on larger ones because they're already making it. It's us who are smaller content creators who need the hype points, who need the hype. It helps us grow. Please like, share, and subscribe. I have a Buy Me a Coffee account set up in the link below if you'd like to support the channel. I will send you a bookmark. I will sign it. Unless you do not want me to sign it, then you can comment through the Buy Me a Coffee. And you also get a bumper sticker. These are durable as fuck. I have one on my car. My wife has one on her coffee cup. Neither one has worn out, and they've been there for months. So yeah, I'll snail mail you a sticker and a bumper sticker if you donate. It helps pay for pens, papers, newspapers. Yeah, that's about it. Happy Easter. I probably will put out maybe 1 or 2 more episodes today, so I'm pushing them out today, you know, since I'm not working. My hours are cut. Might as well podcast, you know. Love y'all.